All right, so Mercury and Capricorn. These people like to talk about what they're going to do, and they usually do what they say they're going to do. Not always. Frustration comes when they say they're going to do something and then they don't do it. They can get frustrated from that. So like they say they're going to go and do this at work today, or they're going to do something after work. Because this is Capricorn and Mercury. And these people like to work hard towards their goals too, right? Like their personal dreams or whatever. If they, said they were going to do something and then they don't do it, they'll be upset at themselves. They don't like to talk too much, though. It's more like they do. Like I said, when they talk about what they're going to do and they try to do it. They always, make it, okay, I'm going to do this today. Let's do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to, not let shit get in my way. I'm just going to get it done no matter what. And now they think of, doing things. They don't like to just, rest all the time, but they can, once they've, got what they wanted to get or done whatever they wanted to do, talking about their, goals and what they want to accomplish, that's things that these people like to talk about. And they attract people to, these goals and shit, people are like, okay, this guy sounds like he has a plan. This guy sounds like he, has a good work ethic. I think I could, listen to what he has to say or she has to say and, get by. We can make some shit happen together. Me and this person. They think pretty practically about things. They don't, necessarily gotta talk all the time. They're thinking about the next moves they're gonna make in real time. I'm gonna make sure I have more than this person. I'm gonna make sure I have what I need to make myself grow. I'm trying to build something for myself. I'm trying to, be the best in my career. These are the type of things that are on their mind. I'm trying to be a person that people can confide in and other things, right? So they're gonna think of ways to, be that for somebody. I'm not gonna, necessarily have fun all the time. I'll put that shit out behind me so I can, have things and money, and then when somebody else needs, my help, I'll be there for them. But only if they are of a similar mindset as me. Because I don't like to lose my shit either, and that's another thing too. They think about, things they have, they don't like to not have. If they don't have, they're kind of like negative minded. They don't like that, but they also know that they are a person that doesn't, sit down and think that much. So like if they didn't have anything, they'd be like, okay, well, what can I do right now to make sure I have something, or working towards my goal of obtaining things that I want, a house, a car, or whatever the fuck it is, for these people. These are the most practical thinkers in a sense, but it's kind of, I don't want to say it's an impulsive thinking, but they don't do the whole, slow down. It's a basic plan, and they go about it, and then they adapt as they obtain things. So once they have like a job or a career, they're gonna be like, okay, well, I have to do this. I have to outwork this person. I understand this person has this. I want to climb the ladder. I want to do this, or I know that I set these marks for myself. I'm going to make sure I get it done like ahead of time. I might want to have my car next year, but I'm gonna make sure I have it like in the next 6 months. They get on that shit. They don't even like worry about talking about people too much. If they have to talk a little bit to get to that goal, then they will. But that's the type of mindset these people have. They're kind of, they're go-getters, and they, hard-working mindset. But like they can also get, like I said, they can get depressed if they don't have things, when they have set goals for themselves, and they told themselves that they were going to do it, or they've told somebody else they were going to do it, and then they didn't. They would be really upset with themselves. I mean, I would let myself down, and if they told you that, they would let you down. That's how these people think. And that is the Capricorn and Mercury. So be cool on the corner, keep grinding. If you're one of these people, you'll get it. You'll get whatever you're after. Be cool on the corner.